And welcome to News Channel 8. I'm Junior Garcia, and here are some of the top stories we have for you tonight. Police on St. Thomas investigate fatal shooting. Governor John DeYoung speaks out on the Hovenza issue. And we have soca and party monarch details. These stories and more up next on News Channel 8.
I Trade Earth brings you News Channel 8, a Puerto Rico and Virgin Islands-based approach to economic development and the global marketplace, one small business at a time. Call 866-396-8278 for more information or look at us on as seen on channel8.com for I Trade Earth.
In our top story, major crime detectives are investigating a fatal shooting just before midnight on November 30th at the ranch on Lindbergh Bay, St. Thomas. Here is Melody Rames with more.
According to the initial police report, officers were dispatched to a possible shooting just before midnight on November 30th at the ranch on Lindbergh Bay, St. Thomas. While traveling to the scene, officers were advised that a male victim was being taken to the Schneider Regional Medical Center via private vehicle. Officers were then dispatched to the hospital as well as the crime scene. The victim, 25-year-old Jonathan Vasquez of the Dominican Republic, was treated by medical staff and later died at the hospital. Officers said the victim may have been involved in a physical altercation with another male at Lindbergh Bay, and during that time he was shot. Criminal Investigation Bureau detectives continue to actively investigate this case, and anyone with any information regarding this incident is asked to contact detectives at 774-2211, extensions 5617, 5618, and 5619. You can also call Emergency 911 or Crime Stoppers WSVI.
In other news, Monday's announcement that the owners of the Hovenza LLC, Hovic, and PDVSA-VI is preparing to close the fuel rack at its shuttered St. Croix refinery puts the ball squarely in the Virgin Islands Senate's court, Governor John DeYoung said Sunday.
I decided to comment because I wanted to just put it all in perspective. We can't just look at it as an isolated comment that's made by the owners of Hovenza. Let's remember where we started from. And we started from a position that when they first announced the closure of the refinery in January of 2012 and walked through the process of stepping down, of closing the refinery, their position essentially was they were not going to do a sale. They were just going to idle the facility and try to operate a storage terminal and essentially a tank farm. And we took a much more aggressive stance. And they've held to their position. We negotiated the Fourth Amendment to the concession agreement, and they undertook a sales process by a third party that essentially resulted in only one company that made a bid. And that company now has a proposal that we've negotiated the operating agreement before the Senate for the Senate to consider. And I gather they will consider it at their next session. It will be considered in the Committee of Finance. So Hovenza's stance that they will close if there is no decision on the agreement is nothing more than a business decision on their part, which really goes back to where they were before. They went through the process. They identified a buyer. The only buyer that was interested, and therefore it's up to the legislature now at this point to negotiate, to decide whether in fact that they want to have this particular buyer. And we recognize the risk that's involved with respect to the company, but we think those are mitigated by the mere fact that not to do this deal and not to approve this transaction, if they're closed, will actually hurt us even more as a territory. Because if they close, we get a payment up front. In addition to that, we were able to make sure that certain obligations that may exist with respect to tax refunds and tax issues that we're released from, they take a different stance, but our posture is that we're released from it. So we're ahead. Not to move forward puts us in the risk position with respect to the fuel supply, puts us in risk position with respect to the truck rack. All issues that I think we can mitigate if we're able to get the operating agreement and if they can go to closure.
The final meetings that will be conducted this week, Tuesday and Wednesday and Thursday on each of the islands, what we're going to do is present to the community the final plan, being able to demonstrate the input, the collaboration that the community has had in developing the plan, and really just giving the final stamp of approval before it is a official document. Subsequently to the meetings, if there's any edits, minor alterations or plans for going forward, we'll be able to take that into consideration. But really and truly, this is the final plan. This is what the community has spent the last 7 years under our Office of the Deputy Commissioner, the Division of Transportation, and what we've been able to develop for the territory.
Meanwhile, Public Works Department will conduct public meetings to present the Comprehensive Transportation Master Plan 2014. Here is Public Works Commissioner Darrell Smalls with more.
Over the past 7 years, the Department of Public Works has embarked on a multimodal study. Basically, this was a study to study the various modes of transportation and the transportation needs of the territory of the United States Virgin Islands. Led by Ms. Carol Overson McGregor, Deputy Commissioner of Transportation, along with our various stakeholders, public and private entities, as well as our consultant, PB Americas, we launched a massive, or I should say, infrastructure study, whereby we looked at all existing road infrastructure, modes of transportation, public transportation, marine transportation, as well as the existing road infrastructure, signage, drainage structures, the whole 9 yards, to develop a comprehensive plan for the territory for the next out until 2040. This will provide the framework for the Department of Public Works, in conjunction with the public, to establish priorities of the territory going forward. We're looking at existing road infrastructure, plan development in the various areas, whether it be hotel, light industry, or whatever the case may be, and looking at as well as the other developments of housing, whether it be in the public housing area or in private development. What we ultimately do is look at what those plan developments are and what our current transportation infrastructure has, and if need be, look forward to plans to incorporate these future plans into our transportation system. For instance, in both districts, we've had a number of new housing communities developed that currently are not served by public transportation. So we look at the opportunities that may arise in that arena. We also look at the existing road infrastructure from the standpoint of, do we need new roads created in various parts of the island? For instance, on the island of St. Croix, whereby it's currently a dirt road, where we call it the Spring Gut Road in the area of D.C. Canagata, we look at opportunities there to develop that roadway into a permanent road. And as you know, we are developing that road right now. And again, that's really looking into the future, connecting the South Shore of St. Croix to the D.C. Canagata area, tying the bike path that we're going to be constructing on the South Shore, and bringing that bike path all the way north to the D.C. Canagata area. Here in the district of St. Thomas St. John, we're looking at opportunities along the Weymouth-Rima Highway, primarily for the residents that live in the Belongo Bay, Frenchman's Bay area. If you wanted to get to the area of the Costello and the Home Depot area, you would actually have to travel all the way east or west to get to that area. With the planned development along that hillside, where we're looking at future housing developments there, are there opportunities to create a new road that perhaps may go from the Weymouth-Rima over to the Belongo Bay area?
Health Commissioner Derice Plaskett announced today that the Virgin Islands Department of Health has executed a contractual agreement with Reflectix Oncology Resources Incorporated to assist with the development implementation of a Virgin Islands Central Cancer Registry program. Cancer registries collect data on cancer occurrence, including the type, extent, and location of cancer, and the types of treatment. Analysis of cancer registry data enables researchers, clinicians, policymakers, public health professionals, and members of the public to monitor the burden of cancer and identify healthcare needs for cancer prevention and control efforts. In 2012, a $418,000 technical assistance program was awarded to the Department of Health by the Department of Interior for the development of Central Cancer Registry. This grant awarded enabled the Department of Health to partner with Reflective Oncology Resource to commence the development of a central cancer registry in the Virgin Islands. Stay with us. We have more news right after this break.
This is News Channel 8. This is News Channel 8.
And welcome back to News Channel 8. On Friday, Governor John P. Young Jr. congratulated representatives from VI Equicare Incorporated and Blue Cross Blue Shield on their continued progress at recent meetings held to discuss the proposal by BCBS to order individual health insurance policies in the local market. Blue Cross Blue Shield has submitted a proposal to the Division of Banking and Insurance in the Office of the Lieutenant Governor to offer individual health insurance policies to that segment of our community who are not covered by a group policy or Medicaid and currently cannot obtain or purchase individual insurance policies in the local market. Eventual access to this policy is highly dependent on the local private physician community and both hospitals and community health centers to negotiate terms acceptable to Blue Cross Blue Shield and that will provide by the insurance commissioner. And this is why our roundtable discussions are so critical, said Tieta Dorset, health policy advisor in the office of the governor. We were not afforded the option of a suitable premium assistance federal subsidy to cover our cost or parity on cost sharing. We have embraced the objectives of the Affordable Care Act with an approach that has broadened our reach to those who are uninsured and required financial support. This is being achieved with the current phases of Medicaid expansion. Officials of the Governor Wang F. Louis Hospital and Medical Center are pleased to congratulate these 2014 spring and fall inductees of the hospital's Candy Striper Volunteer Program. At a graduation ceremony held last week, the inaugural class was recognized for its support and commitment to Wang F. Louis. The ceremony was held at the Beanie and Martha Benjamin Conference Center at the Virgin Islands Cardiac Center on St. Croix. Wang F. Louis CEO Kendall Griffith shared his sentiments. The Candy Striper program provides an important level of support for both hospital staff and patients alike. I commend the spring class for exemplifying excellence in patient care and other support to the Wang F. Louis team and look forward to the good works of fall class. Don't touch that remote. We have more news straight ahead.
This newscast has been sponsored by Mario's Virgin Crystal. Let us save you the hassle of lugging those jugs around. Purified bottled water conveniently delivered to your home or office. Also available in your favorite grocery store. Call 773-2810.
This is News Channel 8. This is News Channel 8.
And finally, now here are some details for the upcoming Soca and Party Monarch competition.
December 12th is the first preliminary for the Soca Party Monarch, and that's going to be at the Christian Set Boardwalk, right on the courtyard where Comanche is located. We're going to transform that place into something very magical for that time. If anybody remembers, the Party Monarch for the last few years has been something that's been rapidly growing during for the Carnival season, and is very much one of the most anticipated events for Carnival. So I highly anticipate that everyone comes down to the Carnival Village or on December 27th, that's when our finals are, and also December 12th, that's when our preliminaries are for this event. So please come down, support our very own local artists for this event. For December 27th, we have a special guest performance for the Soca Party Monarch. Rupi will be performing in the Carnival Village, and also Miss Diamond will be performing as well. So we're going to have a lot of great entertainment. The band is going to, the Soca Monarch competitors are going to be backed up by Band Enhance. So please come out. This is a really great event, and it's going to be something talked about for a very long time. I could feel it. I feel Carnival coming already. and I feel really good about this upcoming event for December 12th at the Christiansted Boardwalk, right behind of Club Comanche, and the finals, which is December 27th, at the Crujan Christmas Carnival Village in Frederiksted. So please don't miss it. It's going to be a fun-filled event for everyone. It's not too late to sign up for the December 12th event. We're still taking applications. As a matter of fact, you can always contact me at 954-913-8744, or you can always email me at adbjrworks@gmail.com. Again, my number is 954-913-8744. Also, you can contact me at adbjrworks@gmail.com. Also, the prizes for the Groovy winner is $3,000 for the Groovy winner. The prize for the Jumpy winner is $5,000. So we raise the prize money every year, and everything comes up in total amount. When it comes to the prize money, everything comes up to about $13,000 in prizes. And this year is something really special. We're gonna be hopefully sending the winner of both Groovy and the Jumpy competition to compete in the International Soca Monarch in Trinidad. So that's something we're kind of bringing it up a notch. So this year is going to be the competition is going to be heated this year. I already heard some of the carnival music already from a lot of the various bands and artists. So I'm really anticipating to see what everybody comes out with. And also, we're also doing a raffle for the carnival as well. We're going to be raffling tickets to Trinidad to Carnival. That's the first prize, to attend the International Soca Monarch competition with the Groovy and or the Jumpy winner. Second prize is Miami Carnival, an all expense paid trip to all the different VIA events. And third prize is either St. Thomas Carnival or Crujan Christmas Carnival for the 2015-2016 Carnival season coming up.
So get ready, put your performing game on, and bring what you've got. Don't go anywhere. We have your weather coming up next.
Your weather coming up next. Your weather.
And here's a look at your local weather.
Tonight, scattered showers, partly cloudy with a low around 68. East-northeast wind 16 to 18 miles per hour. Chance of precipitation is 30%. New precipitation amounts of less than 1/10 of an inch possible. Tuesday, isolated showers, partly sunny with a high near 82. East-northeast wind around 17 miles per hour. Chance of precipitation is 20%. Tuesday night, isolated showers, mostly cloudy with a low around 68. East-northeast wind 14 to 17 miles per hour. Chance of precipitation is 20%. And on Wednesday, isolated showers, mostly sunny with a high near 82. East-northeast wind around 16 miles per hour. Chance of precipitation is 20%. And on Wednesday night, scattered showers, mostly cloudy with a low around 68. East wind 13 to 15 miles per hour. Chance of precipitation is 40%. New precipitation amounts of less than 1/10 of an inch possible. This is Cheryl Francis with your Channel 8 News Weather.
Thank you very much for tuning in. That's all we have for local news. Do not forget to like us on Facebook at WSVI-CH8. Also, you can follow us on Twitter at WSVI-TV News, Channel 8. I'm Junior Garcia, and World News is up next. Good night, Virgin Islands.
I Trade Earth brings you News Channel 8, a Puerto Rico and Virgin Islands-based approach to economic development and the global marketplace, one small business at a time. Call 866-396-8278 for more information or a look at us on as seen on channel8.com for I Trade Earth.